The Hunterdon County Library presents Session 4, Arrival in Hunterdon County. Now, the first few minutes of this session are us recapping the previous adventure and chit-chatting. So if you'd like to get right into the session, skip ahead to 4 minutes and 53 seconds. We hope you enjoy. Kind of beat back the colonial forces, and you guys were observing the Battle of White Plains and rescued that farmer. One second.
Is Mary Jane here?
She's there.
Hey Sarah, since Mary Jean isn't here,
Yeah.
maybe slide up a
Yeah.
little bit because you're out of
I
the
know.
shot.
Yeah, so you guys, you went to the harvest celebration, having a good time. You were wailing away on the bagpipes. You were dancing. Sarah was entertaining the small children with her tales of the outdoors and buckskin clothing.
Yeah, Cradle of the Wild Child.
Yeah. That's like the Marvel movie, like post-credits scene is that kid just like tanning hide and building a tomahawk and going out in the woods. And then, and then someone, that old lady was like talking about because that man had lost. Oh, because you killed him.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. The headless horseman in this universe was instigated by Ava shooting a Hessian soldier in the head and stealing his stuff. That's right. I forgot about that. And attacked. Who was? I guess Mary Jean, right? Was she like super drunk and was staggering around out in the woods?
Yeah.
And because she was like, all right, we got to go lay this guy to rest. She instantly picked up what was going on, and he ambushed her. And you guys came to the rescue and had an impromptu baptism service that kind of stunned him. Some quick thinking, reconnecting his soul with the goodness of the world rather than just his spite. And then you guys were able to put his body in the grave and have a few last rites over him. Marianne, you gave us a wonderful song, which I'm going to find a way. I'm going to see if I can slip that over the end credits or something of that session. I think that would be a lot of fun, or have a link to it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And all was well in the little hamlet of Sleepy Hollow. So.
Adventure got a horse.
Oh yeah, that's right. You need to put that down. And I'll find you some stats for the headless horseman's horse. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you gotta come up with a name for it. That's right, because you were gonna let it go and it decided it was gonna hang out with it.
Oh, like, no.
It's so cool. Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. All right, let me look here. I've got.
So before you get started today, I just have to let you know I have to leave at 11:30, so
Sure.
somebody will need to bring the equipment back downstairs.
Okay, can do. Not a problem. You have your character sheet, right, Sarah? I just have an extra one for you here. Okay. Yeah, that is just fine. All right, give me a second to get my notes here together. This is so cool. Okay. We'll use that as a handy reference.
Are we healed since last time?
That's a good point. So yes, you are, because we are actually going to, we're going to go back in time a little bit. The sands of time are going to rewind. You don't have the horse just yet. Before we do that, folks, thanks for tuning in with us. My name's Jordan. I am going to be leading this wonderful band of adventurers through a D&D supplement, Nations and Cannons. It focuses on colonial America, particularly the Revolutionary War. And we are finally, this session, going to move to Hunterdon County, where we are currently located. We're going to highlight some important events, important people here. Joining me at the table, I have
Angie. Hi.
Benjamin.
Sarah.
unfortunately, Mary Jean is not with us today, and behind the camera we have the ever-esteemable Marianne. Thank you, Marianne. Okay, so last session we were talking about you guys defeated the Headless Horseman, laid the Headless Horseman to rest. One of the earliest examples of kind of a cryptid or mythological figure in colonial America. You guys laid him to rest. Benjamin did take possession of his horse. You guys suffered some pretty serious wounds, I think, from that. You can give yourself a couple cool scars if you want on your character sheet. Story certainly to tell the grandkids. But we are going to rewind the sands of time a little bit and go to the early summer of 1776. We were in like November 1st, 1776. We're going to go back a little bit to June. And the reason for that is because we wanted to tie in the Headless Horseman with Halloween, which we were playing right about the time. But summer of 1776 is interesting because it has kind of marked the beginning of the full-scale war in the colonies. You guys encountered or played through the Battle of Lexington and Concord, which most historians kind of agree was the official start of the Revolutionary War. There had been bits and pieces and squabblings for years before that, but that's what really kicked things off. New Jersey in 1776 was a very mixed state from the research that I found. It didn't have any major ports, so there wasn't a strong interest in the British or the colonials to fight over New Jersey. The ports were impacted, places like Philadelphia, New York, Charleston, they were impacted by trade laws that Britain was, and more like embargoes in the case of Boston, that Britain was slapping onto the colonies. Those were the centers of wealth. New Jersey was very rural. It's kind of ironic because now it's the most populous state per square mile in the country, but at the time it was very rural, and it had a wide range of different beliefs in it, whether that be religious or political. Most people were farmers. Most people kind of were spread out all over the state. At this point, the local native tribes had been, for the most part, kind of edged out. There were some groups that still remained in the state and had made agreements and peace of a sort with settlers, but it was much more like individual bands or individual families, not organized tribes necessarily, from what I've been able to research. Hunterdon County itself was very typical of the state as a whole. You had people spread throughout here that were patriots and were really loyal to independence. You had people that were loyal to the crown. Loyalists was a term for them, or Tories, as it's kind of a slur against them. There were folks that felt very committed and loyal to the crown. Like, hey, we're British citizens. We have been for generations. Why would we rebel against them? And then most people were somewhere in the middle. Might feel more positively this side, more positively this side, depending on who you were married to, who your father was polling for. I would say it was a very blended kind of state, and it didn't really lean itself any one particular way for a good chunk of the war, at least in the beginning. Things are going to start changing, though, in 1776. So, y'all are here in Hunterdon County, and Angie, where did you say Nicolette was from?
Oh, she's French, so she hails from French Town. Although at the time it was Alexandriaville, I believe.
I think that sounds right. And we do have Alexandria Township, Alexandria. All right, we'll say you're here in this. What was the? How did they break these down? There was a county as a whole. What did you call individual?
They were townships.
They were even at that point. They were
Yes.
considered townships. Okay, so you're hailing from Alexandria Township. Sarah, you can pick wherever you want. Where do you want to be?
I would just say Milford, but maybe it's too close.
No, I mean
I
it
was
makes
in
sense.
Milford, yeah.
Y'all could be. It could be a point of connection. As in fact, we can say that if you want, after you guys kind of get to know each other a little bit better from post Battle of Concord, you realize that you're not too far from each other. And then Benjamin, you're a wild man.
I was born across in England, but I think I wrote somewhere I lived in Lebanon Township.
Okay. So you have settled. You've settled in Lebanon, and we'll say that Mary Jean. We'll let her come up with her reason for coming down here. She hailed from Boston originally, a wealthy, I think pro-patriot family whose brother had lent towards the British cause, and she was a spy within British military. So we'll say that she has come down here with y'all to integrate her in, but she is out on some snooping missions, infiltrating, trying to get an idea of where the British are going. We'll say that she's still back in New York and kind of looking things up, and that might be why y'all come up there in the fall. Okay, some important events that happen in Hunterdon County. There was a steelworks. I'm trying to look on here. Up here, kind of in the northern area, there was I think it was here in Lebanon. There was a famous steelworks, relatively, which was rather uncommon, or I should say steel. It might have been iron, a metalwork that was rather uncommon. Or they were starting to really get traction in the colonies out. You'd had people that were doing it individually. A lot of colonial metal was inferior in many ways to British or European continental steel, and certainly steel. Iron, a little bit better. There was a metalworks here that had connection, that was employed a lot of people in the northern part of the county, and I'll get the name on here and reference it to y'all. Prior to the start of the Revolution, it was actually the owner of it lent more towards the British Crown, and a lot of wealthy business people did, because it made sense to be on good terms with the British for trade purposes, and selling, and also to the governors of the town of the different states. They were all British citizens. So it didn't make a lot of sense to rock the boat unless you had a lot of patriot friends that could support you and buy your goods. And there was a family, the Votes, who were pretty prominent citizens within the county. They had a very large farm in Lebanon Township, about over 250 acres, and the Votes had come over from England. They were Germans from the Palatine region in what became Germany, but the Germanic states. And they had Britain basically said, hey, we need people to come out to the colonies. We'll pay your way through. People in the Germanic states were kind of impoverished. There had been a series of wars that had been going on. So the Vote family said, yeah, we'll go. Got on a boat, came over, and over the course of 3 generations have built a pretty wealthy, sizable chunk of land here, and are just known as really prominent citizens in the area. Their home, like I said, is right about in here. And folks, will put a link to the actual Vote House, which is a historical site now. They've restored this homestead. It's a really good example of a Revolutionary era home in New Jersey. A lot of cool history there. We're going to highlight the Votes, though, in this. All right, so
Before you launch in, Jordan,
Yeah.
it's the Union Iron Works. It's covered a 17 square mile parcel of what is now Hampton.
Thank
so
you.
You can find Hampton on the map there. That'll be
Yes,
the area.
right up here, folks. 18. I got a cheat sheet here. New Hampton in Lebanon Township, and I don't see, in Union Furnace.
Yes.
Oh, that's really close. It's right next to it. Okay, so this right here, y'all can see, folks at home. It's a like a big crossways, or that's not crossroads. A lot of folks traveling up and down through here. It would make sense that you'd have Union Ironworks employing people. So, one more little piece of background, and then we're going to dive into what y'all want to do. There have been tensions in the northern part of Hunterdon County. The New Jersey has set up its own provincial Congress. It has tried to separate itself from the colonial governor of New Jersey. And I needed to fact check this. I think Benjamin Franklin's son was at one point colonial governor in New Jersey.
Yes.
I don't know if he was the current one at the time right now. I need to double check that. We'll see. But there's been tensions because the militia, the provincial Congress has deputized a militia. People are getting more fervent against the British, and then they are being opposed by wealthy townsfolk, county folk, who are like, hey, let's just calm down. We got a good thing here. Don't rock the boat. And the owner of the Union Ironworks is one of these individuals. And there's a lot of tension at the ironworks between his men. Some of them want to side with the Patriot cause. Many of them don't because they want to keep their income. And there's tensions brewing up there. But I'm going to turn it over to you now to decide what you are doing in Hunterdon County, and we will go from there. Angie, you want to start with you? We'll just go left around the table.
Like what we're currently up to.
Yeah, what are you up to?
Well, I think Nicolette, she works primarily like as a seamstress, so she kind of follows some of the armies around. For her home base, like they've got their own like little shop happening with her family. So she's just hanging out, trying to like listen in on conversations when people bring in their clothes. So she's kind of getting some of the little murmurings, I think.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah,
what's
definitely.
happening.
What's going on up at the ironworks? Okay. As you are in your shop, stitching away, do you have any siblings?
I think I have like a brother.
Okay. He's not stitching with you, but you're working away, and a woman comes in, prominent woman in town. She has a dress that she needs some lace sewn into the collar. That's a big deal. Lace is expensive. She wants that put in the collar. Y'all have done good work for her. And she just starts singing the praises of a Mr. John Vogt, talking about what a noble, upstanding citizen he is. He's a good man. He cares about the stability of the county. Why can those hoodlums in the provincial Congress not just leave him alone and his family? Why are they causing all of this hassle in the county? A hue and a cry is a word that she uses, and she is quite upset that the militia kind of harassing citizens up north here and trying to sway people over. It'd be better if we just lived under the crown calmly, peacefully. I'm afraid that they're gonna break into our homes and rob us in the night to fund this ridiculous rebellion of theirs.
Pardonnez-moi. Je ne comprends
I'm
pas.
sorry, dear. I don't. It's such a lovely language for being French, but I just don't understand. Does anyone here understand? Or another woman kind of rolls her eyes and starts talking to you in French,
Yeah.
and is like, "What you have to put up with."
Yeah,
here.
Nicolette is very much like against the British, so she kind of just like pretends to not, you know the language very well. So she
Oh,
can
okay,
just like
okay.
kind of
Excellent,
keep up the
excellent.
facade.
Excellent.
So-
Okay.
So that woman can just talk all she wants,
She
and I'll be
does.
like, oh, I
She
don't know what
proceeds
you're
to.
saying.
For the next 20 minutes, she just goes on and on. Most of it is rather mundane, boring high society. I don't know. There's a huge high society in Hunterdon County. She thinks very highly of herself and her family. And she talks about the lineage of how they descended from a duke somewhere. If you want to roll me a history check, we'll see what you get here.
16 plus 0. 16.
Okay, 16 solid. Well, you know from talking to other families in the area, that particular duke wasn't a duke. He was the second son of a duke who got chased out of England for philandering around. So, a number of years ago. Is this woman aware of that? Who knows? You are. Anything else you'd like to do in there?
I think, I'm not sure, because I want to give myself an excuse to kind of make my way over there.
Okay. Well, if you want to go up there, she's actually from that area. She lives in Lebanon, and she asks if y'all could deliver the parcel to her.
Maybe.
They're such a congenial servitude race, aren't they? She's horrible. She pays a few extra coins to you for delivering the parcel, and that racist goes out the door. Or culturalist, I guess, maybe be the word. There was a lot of bad blood between Britain and France, but they were also very interconnected with each other through trade and marriage and stuff as well. Okay, Benjamin.
Probably just living life kind of like a vagrant, just trying to listen, but really just being on the street, watching, drinking, waiting, seeing if anything's happening.
What's your persona about town? What have you tried to cultivate as an individual about town?
Probably as little persona as possible, like in the background. Like, I want them to think of me just as like a drunkard.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not all there.
No, you're not all there, but not
right.
threatening. Not threatening in any way, though. Okay. All right. That sounds good. I'm gonna say that the Mary Jean has kind of deputized y'all into her own personal spy ring, right? And the spy master, you guys don't have a solid name for him yet. He just signs his artwork with like a triangle, like an upside down triangle with like a dot in the center. That's how you know you get missions from him. He has sent you to New Jersey because he's pretty sure that if New York falls, the British are going to be coming across to get to Philadelphia. So he wants to get the lay of the land here. He provides you with a drinking stipend so that you can keep up your persona. Maybe the nicest guy you've ever met in your life. I don't know how you feel about people just giving you money to drink. So you have enough to kind of keep up the persona there without having to worry too much about begging for money. Roll me a performance check, but with advantage, considering you're intentionally trying to be an alcoholic.
Okay, 15.
Yeah, you have firmly established a persona as do you go by your same name?
Yeah, because Gunter's actually the fake name, so I just
Nice. Okay. Use the fake name as your real name, hiding your real name. All right. So Gunter, you're in town. You're in Lebanon Township. There is a favorite stop in here called the Tom Jones Tavern. Tom Jones built this tavern a number of years ago. I want to say it was 1760, so he's probably been the proprietor here for about 15 years now. And he is also known to be just a large man about town. People like him. He's well known. He weighs in on conversations in the tavern, and his voice carries a lot of weight in the community. From what you can tell, in the few weeks that you've been here, he is getting agitated about the British. He's fed up with this. He's like, we should have the right to make our own decisions, and if England wants us to be loyal, they need to treat us like citizens, and they're not. And the conversation is going on in Jones Tavern. And I'm going to say on this particular day, as you are, what are you doing?
Probably just in the tavern.
Okay.
In a dark corner, trying to listen.
Okay.
See what people are talking.
Jones sends his son. This kid comes over and gives you. He's like the drink guy. His dad's like, hey, you go check it every half an hour. Give him another one. If that's a setup that works for you. This little kid, he's nice. His name's Henry. And you see a group of militia come marching in the door. And Tom comes out and he says, all right, man, what do you have to report? Oh my gosh, this is a recruiting station for the militia. And kind of lean in. Roll me a perception check. He takes them.
11.
Okay. He takes them to the back room. You're kind of close to it, though. You can lean in there. 11 total?
Yeah.
All right, you can't make out everything. But you hear them say that something about the ironworks, they're dragging their heels, won't join. And he says, all right, we got to do something about that. And then as you're leaning, you hear them start moving back out and scurry back in your corner. And the militia head out the door. And Jones looks agitated about something, but he goes to wiping up glasses again.
Do we have, because we're part of a spy network, do I have a way to get word to them?
Oh, yeah. To who? Like your
Yeah.
compatriots? Yeah, I'll say that you've got... I need to fact check this. Folks, we might be taking a veer off into non-historical accuracy. I'll say that you have a pigeon that you can, like a messenger pigeon. I would not be surprised if they had them.
That is accurate for that time period.
Okay. Yes, you have been given a pigeon, and it has a little little shoe things over its feet, and it has the triangle on it. So you know that it's
cool.
the spy master's pigeon. Yes, and you guys have a coop set up in each of your sections. I'll say you've got yours kind of maybe out in a tree in the woods for you.
Can I send a pigeon that says big stuff happening at the Union Forge?
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys have like a special cipher that you put your information in? Sounds kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
You guys want? It's up to y'all. Do you want to have a cipher, or you just want to?
I think like easy symbols.
Yeah.
Like we could go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Yeah. You want to send the message out? Okay. Cool. Off goes the pigeon. Wings its way down to Alexandria. Pigeons, I heard this fact somewhere, they can fly up to 60 miles an hour. I don't know that I believe that. I do not know that I believe that. I had heard someone said that they can hit speeds of up to 60 miles an hour. I need to fact check that. Folks, we're going to fact check that. So someone said. They can fly very long and pretty fast. So we will say, that doesn't make any sense. Cheetahs run 160. Maybe they can cover 60 miles in an hour. No, that would be going 60 miles an hour. Never mind.
It's not that
But
far anyway.
It's not that far. So
Pigeons
very
can
quickly.
fly as fast as 90 miles per hour
What?
No way.
No.
with an average of 50 to 60 miles per hour.
A pigeon? All right, Sarah, 10 minutes later, here's the pigeon.
You see a blur.
Oh, this comes rocketing into your cabin. What's your setup, Sarah? What's your setup over in Milford?
You know, this is kind of like a not so populated area. It's, established the latest. So that's why I'm hanging out here. I can hunt and I can get to Pennsylvania if I need to.
Sure, makes sense.
But I come into Milford and Frenchtown to do like trading because I'm trying to get supplies for everyone. And I would say I probably get the pigeon, but I'm close enough that I can get to Nicolette.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Communicate with each other close enough.
Yeah.
People might be suspicious if she had pitched.
Birds coming in.
Folks, we had a couple glitches in the audio this session. This is one of those sections. So I'm going to skip ahead a couple minutes and we'll pick back up when the audio is clear. Thanks.
That lace, it wasn't that much. She could have done it herself if she had wanted to dirty her hands with the labor. So yeah, you could even got the dress ready to go if you want, so you could swing by there as well. Okay, yeah, you all set out. The exact distance between those, I'm not sure.
Probably like 12 miles.
Yeah, it's probably about 12. We'll say.
Straight shot.
Okay. Yeah, you guys make it. If you go on a horse, you make it in a short amount of time. A couple hours. I don't actually know how fast horses go. Folks, we gotta check that again too. But we'll say you all get there conveniently for the purposes of the game. You guys kind of get there about the same time. All right. So Union Ironworks. Ironworks were nasty. The whole premise of them was you wanted to put them near water because they would they used water to feed air. They would turn wheels and that would compress bellows, and they would use that oxygen to superheat the metal. Forges, I think, could get up to like 12,000 degrees. It was pretty hot. It was dangerous work. It was messy work, as you can imagine, because what you're doing is you're burning down trees to make charcoal. You're using that charcoal to power these. You're getting all that soot everywhere. People are dealing with hot metal. These people were not metallurgy. People have been working with metal for thousands of years. Metallurgy was not the science that it is today. You had people who were chemists. They didn't have ways to really look at metal as it was melting and stuff to get a solid idea of what was going on. A lot of it was kind of trial and error. People had different companies had their own recipes for metal. Union did okay. It just wasn't. It's not super high quality. So this whole area though is just like muddy. It's the summer, so it's probably dried out a little bit. It's just kind of a big, gross hole in the ground, kind of next to a river. But it does employ a number of folks in the area. You see people working. How do you all want to approach this? And are you guys are you doing anything to disguise how you look or to do this? Because you're kind of a middle-class businesswoman.
Mhm.
You're a
Old man, just raggedy clothes. Just
Buckskin.
I guess how does Ava? What is her daily dress?
Yeah. A mix of whatever kind of fabric she had got her hands on. She's definitely wearing pants.
Yeah, and you have like a big wide brimmed hat.
Yeah, probably keep the rain off. Keep the sun off.
Yeah. Okay. So y'all would stick out if you just come walking up into this place. So I'll let y'all figure out how you want to approach the Ironworks.
Are you already in there?
The Ironworks is here.
Good point. It is Union Furnace 15,
Oh, okay.
right there.
Do we want to find a tavern or a restaurant just to kind of not look so crazy out of place? Like if we just rolled up to the
Yeah, you could do that. There's certainly a little bit of facts about taverns. They were the community center of whatever community they were part of. People would come through there as travelers, but also townsfolk would gather there. It was a central hub for people to share information, to socialize, to drink, to eat. If you needed a place to sleep, you could do it. Depending on the size of the town, was how many taverns there were and the quality of them, but everybody went to them at some point over the course of the week because that was just the place that you went to meet people. So absolutely, there would be one near here that is servicing all of the ironworkers.
Okay. So I think maybe meet up there first, try to figure out what's happening.
In fact, we'll say that you guys can go to Bonnell's Tavern, which is number 17. just down the way from there, Abraham Bonnell of the
Bunnell.
Eastern Brunswick Road. Oh, thank you. How do you pronounce it?
Bunnell.
Bunnell's Tavern. There's some tension there because it's also a patriot kind of spot, but the man is not foolish enough to turn down money, so he lets folks, the ironworkers, come in there. There's been some fights between patriot folks and loyalists, but yeah, they come in.
Maybe we come in together. I can kind of like be your
Granddaughter?
Granddaughter.
Yeah, because that's right.
We're
Yeah.
a little rough compared to.
Yes.
I'll go drop off the package first.
Oh, okay, sure. All right,
I
so
guess.
so you come out,
And then
you
maybe
kind of split.
while I'm there, see if I hear anything else.
Sure. Yeah. That sounds great. Okay, so y'all kind of meet up. You go into the tavern. Yeah, we'll deal with you first, Angie. All right, so you come up on the madam's residence. It's a very nice house. It's mostly fieldstone. It's clear that her family has some kind of money, even being the second disgraced son of whatever. And she lives like more in the town itself, not out in the country. You come up to the door. There's you knock on it. Another maid comes out. She sees you, and she kind of rolls her eyes, and she's like, "What was it this time?" Like,
Some lace.
I told her I could do it. Whatever. That's good to see you. This is nice stitch work. She's looking at it. And the lady's like, "Dear, where is it? Who's at the door?" Yes, madam. What's your name? It's Nicolette with your dress, madam. The Frenchie? Oh, she's quick. She really is lovely. Bring her in.
I come in.
Yeah, you come in. She is like just kind of. I think this is more Victorian, but she's pulling off her best Victorian 100 years earlier. She's just kind of like draped in this chair by the fire. She's got like a glass of some kind of wine in her hand, and she goes, "Dear, let's see it. Bring it here. Yes."
Your dress.
Oh, lovely. I can't even tell what was wrong with it. Excellent work. Thank you. And then she yells to the other room. She goes, Charles, if you're going to get over to the ironworks, you should do it soon. In fact, you could escort this young lady, at least down there. I don't want her walking through town just by herself. Did you come here by yourself?
Oui. Yes.
It's dangerous. Dangerous for a woman to be out. Yes, Charles, come on. And he's this, large man, red face. He's a financier in town. And he goes, "What, dear? Her? Young lady, may I escort you?"
Yes. Please.
Okay. Very good, very good. The ironworks, yes. Oh, good Lord, look at the time. He's got a watch. And so he puts a pistol in his like pocket and gets his coat, and he goes stomping out with you. You might have some hesitancy about, some guy. He's perfectly kind gentleman, even if he has a horrid wife. He seems like he's a perfectly lovely man. Asks you about where you're from. Has that kind of twinge of cultural snobbery. Nothing like his wife, though. He says how he traveled, he went to Paris, and he loved it. What a great town. And of course, if only England could have the art that they do there, but it's just your abominable food. I hate to say that to you. It's just, I can't imagine anyone wanting to eat goose liver and such.
Yes. I suppose, but it's better than beans.
I guess so. Well, the nice thing about this country is y'all are striding through town now.
I think he says that. I'm like, nice, but you have pistol.
Yes. Well, there's.
Is it dangerous?
I hope not, but you should always be prepared. But there are some hoodlums that are going to be causing a ruckus at the ironworks. And I'm going to go there and try and talk to some sense into them. I'm a wealthy man about town, you can understand. And see what I can do. All this nonsense between the crown and those damnable rebels, I just wish it would be over and done with, really. It's not terrible for my business, I can kind of play both sides, but really I just don't like the tension. It's disagreeable to me. And kind of mops his face. He's like, oh, it's hot out, isn't it? My dear, you don't have a hat. Here, take mine. And he takes it, puts it on your head. So that'll be better for you. Get the sun off. And he trudges his way up there. We'll go up to the tavern now with y'all. What do you guys? So you come in. Benell's, is that what you said? Benell's Tavern. Similar to Jones, kind of like you've seen. There's a standard style with these large open communal area where there's tables, chairs, people sit, socialize, big fireplace, countertops that kind of more like a bar that kind of runs along the side of it where people can sit their drinks and lean up against around the room too, and then a large space kind of in the middle. I've seen different pictures. The one that I really liked, I thought was interesting, is they had all of like the casks and kegs and bottles back in this kind of central little room that had shutters that kind of you could close down. All right, folks, we're done for the night, and you would lock it up there. It's like a little booth basically that they would serve stuff. And then there's this other room where the kitchen and stuff where they would bring out meals. Kind of a standard setup. This place is not particularly clean. You have lots of filthy people coming up and down through here. Something I'm sure both of you aren't too put off by. You come in, you're greeted by Mr. Abraham Bonnell. I hope he was alive at this point. If he wasn't, folks, and he died before, I apologize. We'll say that he's here. He's a proprietor right now. Comes in. Hey, come on, please. Make yourselves home. We're about to get the lunch rush. Or dinner rush, I guess they would have called it. We're about to get the dinner rush, but what can I get you?
So, this guy is on which side?
You've been here for a little bit. You would know. He leans towards the Patriots. The tavern, it says, was a hotbed of Patriot activities. They kind of clear out when the workers come in for dinner, and then they leave, and then Patriots kind of come in. I'm going to say it's kind of been an ebb and flow with that through here. He kind of plays both sides, but he leans towards Patriots.
I mean, do we see, like, if he's saying the dinner rush is coming,
Yeah.
do we see people leaving? Or, like,
Yeah, you see a couple. They're kind of like casting dirty looks at the door, down the drinks, head out. Roll me you could roll me a perception check if you want to hear what people are muttering about.
20.
Oh, very nice. You hear them say, let's get over to the ironworks. We got some business to take care of. You hear someone mutter that as they go by.
Grandpa, I don't think we should be getting a drink right now.
One for the road?
I mean, if they got tickets.
You sure? I mean, you just got here. Please.
Drink one quick.
Plenty of seat by the fire.
How many people are after those people leave? Is it busy?
No. You've got, but most people cleared out knowing that the iron workers were going to be coming. So you've got maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4.
I whisper to Abraham.
Abraham, yeah.
What's going on? What's going on in the forge?
And he goes, roll me. He's gonna roll an insight check. He wants to see if you're being sus. 15. Yeah, he kind of knows you're on the up and up. He goes, hey, sir, I don't know. You seem a little old to be too invested in it. Sorry, that's rude, but apparently, from what I can tell, what I've heard is that they've refused, the Ironworks has refused to allow to show up for the militia, to turn out for the militia. They're finally making a stand that they're siding with the crown, and our boys are going to go up there teach them a lesson.
Are they born?
No. Oh, so
the workers.
yeah, good question. You would know this, especially coming from England. The two of you probably wouldn't, Nicolette. So pretend to plug your ears. You're right. There was a kind of a long tradition in England of people being able to violently but non-lethally oppose laws that they did not agree with, particularly from the king. That it was common in our day. We were kind of horrified by this, but it was a common and acceptable form of protest in England for armed mobs to get together and voice their displeasure and with wooden clubs, and they would club each other and get into fistfights and stuff. But it was non-lethal. It was poor form to kill somebody. You weren't supposed to do that. But it was saying is like, hey, using our bodies, using our will, we're going to stand up against something that we see as wrong. And so armed groups would get together and have big like brawls with each other, like from West Side Story or something. But you weren't supposed to kill people. It was seen as an accepted form of protest. So you would guess that it's probably that. The fervor doesn't seem to be at like a lethal level right now. It's not outright, we need to kill these guys. But it seems like there's going to be a heated disagreement that's about to go down.
Should go check it out.
Okay. So you all kind of tail behind this group, and you see more folks kind of coming along the road, seeing this group of, it was about 12 men, more kind of forming up with that. You see guys like stepping off the side of the road and like cutting down, taking a hatchet, cutting down like a tree branch, whittling it a little bit in the handle, and they start making their way towards the ironworks. Let's follow along with that, see what that's about. Nicolette. Yes, I'm going to say, Nicolette, as you guys approach the ironworks, he goes, "Oh, good Lord, they're already here. Darn." He goes, "Miss, you should probably just continue on your way. This, I fear, is going to get ugly." And he goes hustling down, gets ahead of the group, turns into the ironworks, goes to the main office, and you see this kind of large, now it's about 20 men with not murderous intent, but definitely violent intent in their eyes, walking towards the ironworks.
Okay. I'm going to dive into a bush and wait
Okay.
for Ava and Gunter.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming they're coming. It's kind of like a big deal right now.
Sure. Okay. You hop into a bush. It's June, very leafy. You're okay. You can definitely do that. Roll me a stealth check. You have advantage because no one's really looking for you.
17 and 5. Okay.
Well, yeah.
17 plus what was it?
It should be your dexterity or your stealth check. I think you might be proficient still.
Plus 5. I can do that. 22.
Nice, excellent. Yeah, you for being a woman in a dress, you're able to hide yourself in a bush just fine. You're going to be you see them tailing behind this group as the group turns into the ironworks.
Where'd you get that hat?
I want to play old man. He came armed. He went in the building. That's about it. That's all I know. Something's going to happen.
Armed with what?
A pistol. He seems to be pro-bot.
Great question. You're not sure. It's good because pro-peace is what it kind of seemed like he was wanting to do.
The men with the sticks, did they have like pistols if things went wrong, or are they just?
Good question. Most people carried. No, you know what? I think that you would see that. No, they have intentionally come in without firearms.
I think we need to. I forgot my voice. What did that sound like? I think we need.
There we go.
Got it.
There it is.
Lovely.
I think we need to make sure this doesn't get ugly.
They seem to be gunning for peace, but
Yeah, but the other side.
yeah, that's true. Okay. Ava, what do you think? Did they seem particularly angry,
I
or?
think they're ready to make their voice known. So, I mean, I think it's good for them to get their voice known, but if they don't know that they're going against actual weaponry, can we, like, get his gun?
Ooh,
That's a good idea. So,
Do
yeah.
you need to return that hat? How
You need
stealthy
to
are you?
return the hat. You're right.
that's a
I
great
have
idea.
an excuse. Yes, let me go and return this man's hat.
Excellent.
Try to grab the gun.
I'm trying to.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you can slide the hand in. Okay. So, again, it's muddy. It's been dry because you've had. So we are on. This is the end of June, third week of June, we'll say. So yeah, y'all have. You come into the ironworks. It's kind of it's dry. It's hot. It's dirty. There's the river kind of running by there. A lot of noise. And y'all can immediately hear a bunch of shouting and yelling and cursing and name calling coming from what looks like kind of down the dip around the corner. You would assume is like the center of the ironworks. That's where all the noise seems to be coming from. There is as you're kind of at the entrance of it, building, rivers at the far side, big billow works kind of down there. And then it seems like there's like a supervisor's building up here. And they seem to be like around the other side of the supervisor's building from you guys.
I guess I just walk in.
Oh, nice. Great. Okay. You're just gonna
Excuse me.
come charging up.
This is not my hat.
All right, you come around the corner and you see about 50 men. Some of them looking much dirtier than the others, arguing with each other. No one has pulled out any weapons yet. Lots of, I can't believe you're doing this. How can you stand with these traitors and other people yelling? No, we've been betrayed by the crown. Like, how can you side with someone who will take all of this from you? And other people saying, hey, this is my livelihood. I've been here for forever. Lots of this kind of animated discourse going back and forth. And then you got a couple like bad faith actors. You can kind of see them. You would see this as a rogue, shifty people kind of around the outskirts yelling inflammatory things that aren't even about, like, it's like insults to people's mothers and the reputation of their girlfriends and stuff, and they're just kind of in it for the excitement. You don't see the little man though. You're not sure where he's at yet.
Gentlemen, please keep the peace.
What? A couple guys. What are you doing here, Miss? You gotta get out of here. This is gonna get bad. What are you doing here?
This is not my hat. I need to return that.
Hats? Who cares about a hat? And then, so you come. What are you two doing? It's like one very concerned young man is like trying to get you out of here.
Yeah, I don't think we're going in with you, but we're like just outside because we don't want to let you be totally by yourself. So we're ready to jump in if we need to.
Okay, so you guys are positioned yourself in the crowds. One of them, those bad faith actors, sidles up to you, Sarah, and is like, hey, buddy, how about you maybe jump this guy? And then he looks at you and sees that you're a woman, and is like, what are you doing here?
You still want to jump the guy? Which guy?
I'm thinking him. I can hear like the jangle. He's got something in his pocket.
Yeah. We don't have to jump him. We don't want to
No, this is gonna get ugly real quick, and then it's all gonna go south. In fact, watch. And he grabs a rock from the ground and he goes, down the British! If you what?
try.
Yeah, roll.
Not that strong.
It's just an opposed athletics roll. And if you would just use your strength if you don't.
I have an athletics. yours is 16.
He has an 18. So you're able to, you get his arm and you kind of like hit it as he goes down the bridge. You're like, oh wait, and then the rock kind of falls. He doesn't get to sling it as hard as he wants. Nicolette, make me an acrobatics roll with disadvantage as a rock comes spinning towards your head.
Okay.
From behind, you're not aware of it.
13 and an 8. What was it? Acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
16 total.
16 total. Excellent. Okay, you don't see this thing coming. You just happen to turn at the right moment, and this rock comes right by your head and strikes the young man who's been trying to get you out of here. He goes ah as he's hit, and the guy that you grabbed his hand, he's like, I mean, hey, I know I'm not the nicest guy in the world, but this is a little forward. As you're like holding his hand, got his arm. And he goes, so we want to get this guy?
I catch eyes with Nicolette.
I just like whip around like.
It's okay. And I go over to Gunter and be like, okay, Gunter, are you ready for a fight? Or
I'm like trying to tear down the branch.
Jesus.
There's always a fight.
Yeah, Tyrannus. And the young man's like, oh, I've been struck. And one of his friends says, it was him. You know, he points to some poor union worker who's just standing there and who had been raising his hand, you know, like to shout. Just pandemonium now proceeds to break out. People start just wailing into each other with their fists. People are grabbing mud and throwing it in people's faces. Some of the guys start grabbing their branches and they're clubbing away. You now have 50 Crumb men just in a giant scrum against each other in the center of this ironworks. There's some mud where like there was like a spigot or something that was dripping. So
do we get the sense that this could escalate to?
how many
Like
armed
extreme
mobs have
violence?
you been a part of as a young French woman?
Actually, that's true because I don't know about the whole weird British
Yeah, I
each
feel
other
like
thing.
you'd probably
So-
be very, very alarmed by
I'm
this.
French. We go full out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
so I
fully
guess-
expecting pistols to be drawn.
yeah, I
and
think that's what's happening. So I just want to. I want to get close to my friends.
okay. You try and weave your way.
Yeah.
You
Like at
do
this
s-
point, we're not returning the man's hat and stealing his pistol. I don't think
okay.
that's gonna happen.
You see, you can see Sarah. You're not sure where Gunter's at. You can try and like weave your way through this. It's difficult. There's lots of large, strong, smelly men
I'm going to
knocking around.
towards her too.
Okay. You drop the hand of the man who.
Yeah, well, I'm like,
Yeah. He's like, oh, wait. Yes.
catch you
He weighed in, and then he goes to that guy that he's kept his eye on. He starts like fighting him and stuff. Okay, so y'all are fighting your way through this, trying to get. Does 19 hit you? Your armor class?
Yes.
Okay. A punch is thrown wild and it just connects with you. Hurts terribly.
Yeah.
Not good. You take 2 points of damage as bludgeoning, non-lethal damage as you're kind of just knocked. Sit sprawling. You've just seen her get struck by someone. Nicolette, a club is whistling through the air at you. Does a 10 hit you?
No.
You very adroitly twirl away, and someone yells, "Not the woman! What's wrong with you?" Animal! And dives upon the person who's swinging the club. Gunter, what would you like to do?
Like take the branch and run up the book and be like, it's our time, let's do this.
Yeah, you got it. You got a big two-handed club. It's going to do, if you hold it in both hands, you can do 1d8 bludgeoning damage as you swing around with this branch.
I'm gonna wait to attack. until I see what they're doing. But I'm letting you know I'm ready.
I don't know that you can even hear Gunter super easily over this. You see
My
him
head
yelling,
so.
gesticulating with a
Days.
giant stick. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't escalate too far.
I
Okay, that's a good idea. Then roll me some perception checks, so that you can see what's going on here. Yeah, yep, you can each roll.
7.
7 total.
20.
Excellent. Okay, 7s. You can't see. You're not sure. Lots of clubs, lots of fists, lots of people with like big pieces of rope with knots in it that they're swinging away with. One enterprising fellow has like taken off the boot of another person and is just like clubbing people with the boot. It's obnoxious and scary and loud. You, Nicolette, you do see someone who's got a pistol in his coat pocket. He has not reached for it, but he has it there, and he is, in fact, the club that he has gets knocked out of his hand, and he reaches into his pocket for the gun.
I'm gonna try and stab him.
Okay.
It's discreet.
Okay.
It's like
Alright, so
no.
what, you're gonna like stab his hand or
Yeah.
something? Okay. Not like through the throat.
Yeah, no.
I thought you were just like,
No. Let me clarify. Just like stab the hand. So we
Okay,
can't grab
so,
it.
okay. Yeah, go ahead, roll it for me.
Okay. 10 plus. That's what,
Yeah, it should be under your knitting.
Oh, here it
I think you have it.
5, 15.
Okay. You are yes, that works. You're able to slip that like out your hand and go. And he goes and he drops. It drops the gun into the ground and it is kicked away somewhere. And he's
Okay.
looking around to see who
Good.
stabbed him in the hand. Sees you and says, "Miss, you've got to go. You got to get out of here." As Nicola, a large body is thrown against you. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
Okay, you're good. You're twirling away out of this.
Moving.
Yes, fantastic. You're good. Gunter, someone sees you with the stick, and a large iron worker. He has a. It looks almost like the haft of like an axe or something, just like the wood part.
Yeah.
And he comes and he swings at you, wanting to club you. Does a 14 hit you?
no.
Oh, you're able to block it and get it up out of the way. He's surprised at the strength of this old man, able to resist.
Look him in the eye and just go shit. I'm not attacking back yet.
Roll me an intimidation check.
But I want him to know that you're ready.
Yeah. Okay.
20.
Oh yeah. He's scared. He was not expecting this at all. Something about your demeanor.
I flexed it.
Yeah, he sees this old man who's just like super strong on his shirt, and he's like, drops the stick, turns around, leaves the group, gets out of there.
Just gonna do that to everybody.
Sarah, you're reeling in pain. Another swing comes by you, swings wildly. You're able to kind of like stagger out of the way. Ava, is Ava a large woman?
I'm not too large. She's stocky, but she's short.
Okay. Then you're able to. It seems like a lot of these blows are kind of like going above your head, somewhat like people are aiming at other people's heads. So you're able to kind of like stay under the flailing arms and stuff. And your stoutness is giving you some kind of like resistance. You're not getting knocked around. You are in the middle of. You've kind of like gotten worked into the middle of the melee. It seems like this has only been going on for like 30 seconds or something. It seems there's probably 7, 8 people laying on the ground, kind of like, and other people stomping all over them. People getting trampled seems like it could be a risk, potentially. What would you like to do?
Like, are people discriminating between other iron workers and then like the staff? Like,
Yeah, great question.
seems like how do they know who you are?
Not really sure. It seems like a lot of people are just hitting at anyone around them at this point. The ironworkers, though, do all have. I mean, they've got like
Extra city.
they're super sooty, and they seem to have like a. I'm making this up, folks. Sorry for any historical inaccuracy. It seems like they have like some kind of like band or something on their arm. It's like put it on coming into work. That seems to be somewhat noticeable. But they're not. They don't have like company uniforms or anything. And a lot of the iron workers seem to not be wearing like their full jackets and stuff. They've like taken those off. Some of them are shirtless where they're working because it's so hot.
Are we inside or outside?
You guys are outside the big daylight, and the building, what seems that was the supervisor's office, is next to you, to your left.
Maybe I'll fire into the air just to try to get everybody's attention.
Sure, if you want to. Okay.
Kind of like an intimidation.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You fire it into the air. There is a shout, a cry, what guns? Who brought firearms? And then people like arguing, whatever. And then they kind of clear a space around you, and they see you with this gun in your hands, firing up into the air. And someone yells like, "Get him! He's gonna kill somebody!" And someone comes like swinging at you. Gunter, you have a moment to interpose here.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, you're just gonna hit the guy coming at Sarah. Okay, yeah, all right, get him.
You said 1d8. Oh, what is the attack bonus?
It should be your strength, yeah, plus your proficiency.
18. Is it?
Okay, and then now that totally hits. Roll me the damage. 1d8 plus your strength.
9 points of damage.
This guy comes like charging at Sarah to knock her out of the way. It's one of the colonial, the militia guys, and you just lay him out flat. Oops, sorry. You lay him out flat, and he falls down to the ground, and everyone's kind of like startled there. Do you want to say anything after you've hit this guy? There's still a moment before potential more chaos happens.
Listen to what she says.
Yeah,
what she's about to say. It's gonna be really good. Everyone like turns and looks at you.
Calm down.
She? Her?
Yeah,
What?
hi everyone.
Oh!
Ava here.
One person in the back is like, wait, I know her. She's the trapper out in Alexandria.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Guys, let's just calm down. I think we got the point across. Maybe we can have a little conversation.
A man who steps up from the ironworks, he looks like he's a supervisor. He looks at you and says, do you mean that?
You know, I don't want you guys to hurt each other too much. I mean, you guys gotta stay strong in case something else happens. So why don't we, take a minute to discuss our grievances?
And he says, man, she's right. And he says, I want everyone who's an iron worker, step back. All you colonial rabble, step back. And he says, this is bad for business. Yeah, we have disagreements. Okay, we can do it. Take a moment, men. We'll come back. So they all kind of go off in separate camps. They're grumbling. They help their friends up. Kind of upset, whatever. And he turns to you and goes, that's a brave thing you did. I was going to let him go maybe another 10 minutes.
Well, you're just gonna watch them?
He goes, these guys got to get it out. You know, they are stressed.
Beat up your other staff too? You're okay with that?
Well, I mean, no, but what am I going to do? You know, I'm one man. I guess I could have fired a shot in the
You
air.
got some friends with you now?
Yeah. Okay. Well, you help. Miss, what are you doing here?
I have that.
You got the hat? All right. Okay. And he says, yes, if you'd be willing to stand with me, I think we can kind of mitigate this, get people to go their own ways. All right, thank you. All right, come back. Claps his hands. They're looking at each other. There's name callings. He's like, none of that. Stop. Okay, man. Speaking to mine specifically, but all of us here, we're men. We've served under the crown. I understand that there's those of us that don't want to. I'm on the fence about it all myself. But what we can all agree about is that we care about our families, care about our livelihoods. We're going to continue to have these disagreements. We made our point. Let's get back to work. Let's go home. One guy's like, no, screw that. My brother got killed up in Boston. He says, all right, I understand, but this isn't the time for that. You want to sign up? Go sign up. But don't harass a place of business. And this guy, his friend's like, shut up. They're just kind of arguing back and forth. Frankly, man, it's embarrassing that a woman has to tell us how to be civil. We should know how to do this ourselves. No offense. Looks at you. All right? We good? Okay. Go. And they kind of disperse off. You, Nicolette, roll me a perception check.
No. That's 7.
All right, you're fine. You don't see this.
I'm fine.
You're fine. The colonial, the militia guys, they kind of go off. The ironworkers, they're scowling. They go back. They're doing their work. He turns to y'all. Thank you. I don't know who you are. I don't know why did you get involved in this.
So this guy's he's supplying the British with steel, right?
Potentially, yes.
So we helped. Did we help the wrong guy?
No, he seems pretty moderate in his tone on this. It seems like he's just a business guy. He is a foreman. You could ask him if you want. But they also do sell to the locals in the town.
Okay.
So, yeah. Most companies were not exclusionary at this point in the war. I think it became that, and you even had situations where, like, patriots, after they had driven out loyalist folks, they kind of like auctioned off their homes and stuff. We'll get into that about the votes kind of happening to them. Yeah, so there. But he says, well, I don't know why you decided to show up today, but I'm glad you did. I don't think it was going to get too much more ugly than that, but who knows? And then he looks at the pistol on the ground that kicked away. He goes, what? Picks it up. Might have. Kind of tucks that in his pocket.
Oh, that's mine.
Oh!
Yeah, thank
You
you.
really should bring these to this kind of thing. Sits there. It's a pistol. Nice. Yeah, you, it's just another light pistol like what you have.
I'll take
A coat pistol. Because, keep an eye on that. It's dangerous. Even he sees like you got like the rifle slung across your back and stuff. He goes, "Won't mess with you, miss. You have my thanks. In fact, he looks inside. He's like, could you all use a drink?"
Yes.
Okay. He takes you inside. You see. I was going to say, you could have seen him poking out the window. You see the little short man cowering inside the office. He goes, he goes up to the floor. Is it all good? Are they done? Is it calm?
For now, it appears.
Miss, what are you doing here?
I have your hat, sir.
Oh, my daughter's here. No, you. Oh, okay. He puts it on. He says, "You shouldn't be here. This is a dirty, foul place." And the foreman shoots him a dirty look.
Don't you work here?
No. I simply I own shares in it, but no. I was just gonna try and calm these men down, and then when I saw there was 50 of them, I realized I wasn't gonna be much use. But he feels kind of embarrassed about that. He goes, "Well, geez, well, this is true. All right, I'll be on my way. Are you gonna get home safely?"
I believe so. I should be
She was out there fighting. You were hiding inside. She'll be fine.
Yes.
I've got
Well.
company now.
Okay. I'll trust the two of you that will see her home safely. Okay. Thank you. All right. Then he goes outside. Okay. Then the guy he pours you. He's got some like apple cider that he's saved from the winter before he pours it out. Asks your opinions about all of this. Kind of wants to know what your thoughts and feelings are about the war, the conflict. What's going on? This? I mean, what's the French perspective on all of this?
Je suis désolée. Je ne comprends pas.
It really is a lovely language, isn't it? I can't understand a word she's saying. It's a lovely language.
I think as we're sitting and talking, I want to see, like, I'm keeping an eye out on, like, the workers to see
Yeah.
if they're still, like, riled up
Good question.
and, like, if something might happen later.
Yeah. All right. Kind of peek your eye out there. Everything seems to be calm for the most part. You do see the young guy that was trying to get you out of there. He's kind of hanging around, kind of looking in the window. Can't see because of the glare and stuff. He kind of waits. He's kicking around. He's waiting out there. There's him. Benjamin, what do you tell this guy about your stance on everything?
I think I'm just open. I just tell him we don't like the British. I'll be real.
Yeah.
If you're giving steel to the British, you're a bad guy. I'll be honest. I don't know what place this is now.
Okay. Well, I mean, you got to think about it though, from the perspective of these guys. They're the ones that got the money. Yeah, the colonials, they're doing stuff. Philadelphia, we sent some stuff down to them, but they got all their stuff from Valley Forge. They're getting all of theirs. Like, a lot of our money comes from the crown here. Now, I can't say I've not supplied anything to the British Army. I know that. I haven't shipped anything to the military. British citizens, like that little twit went up there. So what?
You haven't sent anything to the military directly, but
Yeah,
you know
that's
who
true.
you do.
Where it goes after I sell it, I don't know. That's true. All right, Miss.
As Benjamin said, you got to be careful where you're selling stuff. I mean, all your staff don't seem to really appreciate your business dealings. What are you going to do if you can't get enough staff to make it work? Money isn't it?
It helps with a lot, though. I can tell you that.
It's not going to help if you're dead.
It's true. Y'all are a practical bunch. I appreciate that. All right, thanks for the candid talk. We'll see. We'll see what happens. My hope is they resolve everything in New York. The diplomats are able to do their thing. We can have peace within a year. That's what I'm hoping for. Just want to run this business, move on. The owner, he's all about the crown, loyal to the crown. This whole hoopla started because that John vote and a bunch of our guys here wouldn't show up for turn out for the militia, so they wouldn't do it. Our boys here didn't like that. Guys just saw leaving. They just couldn't comprehend caring about, the loyalty of the British more than their fellow neighbor, which I can get. But I admire the votes. They've got some principles. They've been good to this country, to this community. They stand by their values. It's a mess. It's a mess, to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, well, here, take the bottle with you. Gives it to you guys. I appreciate you keeping this from getting out of control. You all are an encouragement in kind of an ugly time here. Just appreciate you. And he hustles you out. come out. That young man's there.
Yes.
And he's like, Miss, are you okay?
Oh, I am. Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
well, gosh. Are you gonna get home okay? Are you gonna be safe getting home?
I believe so, but if, always good to have an extra set of eyes. If you would like to walk, can you? I know you're at work.
And he goes, he's like, one moment, and he goes over to he has this heated discussion with his other friend, and he's like looking at her, and looks back at you, and rolls his eyes. He's and he like puts somebody in his pocket. He goes back and goes, yeah, it's absolutely all good. And he, 1 second, goes tightens his hat, and does this, and goes, are you friends of her? She's in good hands, I swear. If she's a friend, you can trust me. I'll make sure she gets home safely.
We live close to each other.
Right.
Oh, we can all go together. Oh, okay. He looks a little put out by that. Yeah, so he walks. This young man, his name is Patrick. He came over from Ireland. I won't kill all of you with a horrible Irish accent. He came over from Ireland. Very earnest young man. Doesn't care for the British at all. But also, does not have the funds to go out on his own. So he's really reliant upon this ironworks he's trying to build up enough. He tells you these grand dreams of going out to the mountains and building a homestead on the frontiers, and he just loves all this stuff.
I've been there, done that. It's not that easy.
What? Starts picking your brain about all of this stuff, asking about stories about bears and Indians, and heard that there's a lightning that's purple in the mountains of North Carolina and some weird stuff. I don't know that that's true, but that's a myth that he's heard. He's fascinated about purple lightning in North Carolina.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Don't get too close.
Okay, wow, fascinating. Yeah, so y'all make your way. I'll say you guys can take the day, get down to Alexandria. He leaves you his name, asks if he can call on you again at some point in the future.
I think as we're walking, I kind of do want to ask him, Patrick, you have big dreams. Aren't you worried about the factory, the steel workers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I am. I don't know what's going to happen. The owner is loyal to the crown. I think he actually has money tied up in Parliament. Maybe he got a loan, something. He's not going to shift, and I'd say about 25% of the guys, or 75% of the rest of the crew are with him just because of the works. And 25% of us. How can you work with someone who is going to treat you the way the British have been treating us? It's we need America. We need to found even the metallurgy. We can't be dependent upon England for all of this. This is an enormous country. We got to. It's going on and on about this. He feels very conflicted about it. How do you feel about this, Miss Nicolette?
British are no friends of the French.
Yeah. I understand.
They're not as polite as you, Patrick.
It's my mom. She's
Mama's
great.
boy. Aw.
told me, if I have anything good in my life, it's because of her. He goes, I understand. Well, thank you all. I appreciate you being there. I think you kept it from getting uglier than it needed to. Miss Nicolette, he kind of nods his head and goes stomping back up the road. All right, good job, guys. You prevented that. We got a little bit of time left. I do want to fast forward to this evening. Y'all hear rumors, something that those militia that attacked the ironworks were sent out from Tom Jones, the tavern. And you can confirm that because you heard him.
Are you on camera?
We are. You want to be famous?
No. There's a girl here for a prize from Game Day.
Oh.
Do you know where the prize is? She said something about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes, it's in the adult services office on the desk.
Does somebody there know? Is somebody in the adult services?
Jane might know where it is.
On what desk?
It is on the spare desk with all the plans.
Okay.
Thank you. Library business, folks. Yeah. So you heard you can confirm that. There are rumors that there is going to be a retaliatory strike against the tavern. Yeah.
Pigeons.
Oh, I'm still here. Yeah. Send another pigeon. they just got back.
We gotta go back.
Yeah, y'all are talking. Hey guys, it's round 2. Yeah, you get a message. You get a message from him.
You're not going to believe this.
You get a message.
And you think that the strike's gonna happen like immediately?
The rumors are that roll me an investigation check. We're gonna see how much information you get. 3. Okay. Like imminent. Like someone's like. There's one guy. He's drunk and kind of beside himself. He comes crashing into the tavern where we'll say that you reconvene there. Mm-hmm. All the news about town is what went down at the Ironworks. And he says, Tom, they're bringing a cannon up. They're going to blow this place to hell. That's what he yells.
Yeah.
Not how credible is that? You're not sure, but it seems like it could be imminent.
Yeah, I'll send the pigeon. I'll say, come to the tavern. Things are bad. Right now. And I think I just wait. I don't think I'm going to do anything yet.
All right, just kind of wait, see what happens. All right.
We hightail it. We still horse.
Yeah.
we do the montage again, only we put like the night filter over. Yeah, y'all come tearing up.
Past Patrick.
Yes, you do. He doesn't know. He doesn't like what? Two horses walking all the way.
I know.
And
I'm just judging him.
Yeah,
Don't even
yeah.
offer him a horse.
Yeah. You just come tearing past him. Yeah, as he's plodding his way. You hear him. You can just like faintly hear him right as you look past. As you're approaching, you hear him like practicing phrases in French, like really poorly. Like he's like, no, I don't think that's how you say that. And then he comes tearing past him. All right, y'all come to Tom Jones Tavern, and you hang out. No cannon has shown up. No angry mob has descended upon that. Jones is kind of concerned about it, and he goes, but what comes, what comes. He's like, I'm a patriot. I'm going to be a patriot. I became a captain in the militia because I believe in this. And whatever vote and the others think of me, doesn't matter. I'm going to do this. And as you're talking with him, though, he explains that the provincial Congress had actually issued a demand that vote and his group of anti-patriots show up at the Congress because they were supposed to be a part of the militia. They were kind of conscripted. It was a sign of loyalty because they didn't do it. Okay, you need to come and answer to this. And he says, and I think this might all be because the attack on that, but then also he's supposed to. Tomorrow he's supposed to be in front of the Congress. He's supposed to give testimony about why he did it. And he says, I can't understand it. It's like, well, he's a good man. John, his father before him. In fact, they ratified my business license 4 or 5 times now. That was a common thing in the time. You had to. It wasn't like a county or the township issued a business license. Your neighbors would ratify it and basically say, yeah, hey, this guy's honest, you can trust him. We want to have his business here. And he says, I live just a couple miles down the road from him. I can't believe he's a good customer and he's a good friend. I didn't think he was going to do this. Time goes on, it gets late. people start leaving. They ask Tom, you want to stay with you? No, I'm fine, whatever. He says, we're going to close up on the house tonight. You still have to pay for the liquor. Can't give that to you for free. But yeah, you have rooms up there. Give me a shout. My wife and I, kids, will be here. So I got some work I got to go do down in the basement, check the casks, and then I'll be out. And while he tromps down there, anything you guys want to say to each other? It's getting pretty late. It's getting close to midnight now.
Should we keep watch?
Yeah, I don't trust them.
Okay.
Take turns.
Okay. Yeah.
Should we watch upstairs or the outside?
We can watch the outside from upstairs.
Sarah, this is a rifle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you guys want to do that, that's fine. Sarah, your room in particular does overlook like the street, the roadway that comes by. How taverns were often set up is they would be like near intersections, or like if it was just a single stretch of road, they would be near those, and people wouldn't. And then you'd have like a large space where you could pull, like a parking lot of sorts, really, where you could pull up your wagons or horses and stuff, hitching posts and such. Yeah, your room overlooks that. Who wants to take the first watch?
Okay.
You? Okay.
Sit on a stool by the window.
You got your rifle out. Within 15 minutes, you see a bunch of torches coming down the road. And you can tell there's a mob. You can't see, not everyone has the torches necessarily. But if everyone had it who had a torch was the only people in the mob, you'd say there was maybe 12 people, something like that. And they seem to be coming towards the tavern.
I'll probably give like a big whistle to get your guys' attention.
Okay. Yeah, you already hear that in your rooms.
I'm gonna stay in my little perch.
Okay.
But maybe Nicolette, you can go warn the.
Yeah, I'll warn him and his family.
Okay. You go into the bedrooms. It's people didn't have a ton of privacy in these things. You'd have usually parents would have like a bed, and kids would have beds and stuff too. So they're all in there, kind of asleep. Well, kids are asleep. Henry, the kid who's been bringing in drinks, he's kind of slumped in the corner. Kind of wake up his wife. He goes, "Oh, Nicolette, what's the matter?"
There's a group coming. They've got torches.
Oh, no. Okay. I'm gonna get the kids. We'll get them together. Kind of barricade the door. We need to tell John or Tom. John Boat is the guy who's coming. We need to tell John. Thank you for that. Would you please stay here with us?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. You go downstairs. He's in the cellar. As you're letting him know. The group pulls up in front of the tavern, and there's a guy outside. You didn't see him, Sarah. There's a person outside, and he goes, "Hey, that's enough, folks. Stop right there. Place is closed. You just leave Tom alone. Let's go back." Someone says, "You're not gonna stop us, you damn patriot!" And whack! They hit him in the head with a club. He drops like a rock. Oof! Falls down. And the door is thrown open, and about 25 men come streaming into the room. Sarah, you can kind of see them now as you're going. Not everyone had a torch. They're streaming in to the room. You hear up above you the sound of all these men stomping around on the floorboards, and Tom says, "Well, that's just not going to abide." And he goes running up there. He pulls a pistol out from underneath the bar, and he goes running up there, and a lot of shouting starts to commence from there. I'll let you guys decide what you want to do.
I'll follow him. Take my pistols out.
Nice. Okay, so you got the pistols as well? Okay. Sarah?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is the goal to just kind of get him out?
Yeah,
So
good
he
question.
can testify?
And
Or sorry,
let
is that
me back up and clarify this a little bit. So Tom Jones, he's a captain and in the Patriot Militia, and he is a tavern owner. The militia set out from here, attacked the ironworks, civil disobedience kind of thing, fighting with those guys. Christopher Vogt is a prominent farmer in the area, and his son, John, is the one who now runs the farm. Both of them, John in particular, were supposed to turn out for the militia. It was a sign of loyalty, basically. It was a test. Hey, are you going to join the militia or not? He had said, nope, not going to do it. The New Jersey Provincial Congress was like, you have to come and you have to give testimony about why you didn't do it. Now Christopher has assembled this group of men, and they are
Folks, I
seemingly
make
about
a
to do the
goof
same
here
thing that
a
happened
couple
in the
times,
Ann
and
Arbor
I
here
call
in town.
John Christopher.
Yeah, so you come stomping up.
Christopher was the father of John.
Christopher Vogt is
John
there.
was
He's
the
a,
individual who led the raid
I
on
don't
John's
know how
Tavern.
old he was at this
Just
point.
a
I can
quick
check that
clarification
close.
about my
I
mistake
think
there.
he was like he was a relatively young man. I think he was in his 30s. He's a farmer, prominent. He's well dressed for the most part. All of the guys they've come out. They're in their full dress. They have the clubs. You don't seem to see any pistols, anything like that. And then they look at, and Christopher steps forward. He goes, "It wasn't right, Tom, what you did today. You're going to have to pay for it." And he looks at him and says, "No bloodshed, no one died. It was perfectly legitimate form of civil disobedience." I don't think they'd use that word. Perfectly legitimate way to express our grievances. And we did it in the light of day. We're honorable men. We're not coming out here in the middle of the night. John, what are you doing here? More heated words are kind of exchanged, arguments for and against. You were my brother. And again, but hey, we've trusted you. You're our neighbors. We've raised our kids together. It's kind of ugly, These are people that really were very close friends to each other, and there are lots of arguing back and forth, shouting, stuff like that. And then Tom says, "Well, I'll blow the brains out of anyone here who tries to harm me or my family." And he cocks the pistol.
I cocked both mine behind him.
Yeah. Okay. Sarah, you're upstairs. What would you like to do?
If I could open the window, I would open it. It doesn't know if I'm gonna smack a pane of glass out and trade my
Rifle. They're all inside the building at the moment.
Everyone?
No, you're right. It wouldn't fit. No, yes. It's large enough. It would have enough space for that.
Well, then I'll probably go to the top of the stairs.
Okay.
Keep my eye on them.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're up there at the top of the stairs. Your rifle is probably be kind of difficult to get it. It's kind of a narrow stairwell. You do have the pistols if you like. Okay. So you're there. Nicolette, what have you done?
I'm with the kids.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm like in the doorway. So I can still kind of hear what's
Out there.
happening.
Okay.
But I want to make sure the rest of the family's
Okay.
there too.
Okay. That's fine. John, he looks at Tom and he goes, "Tom, a lesson has to be made. Sorry, I know you're not a bad man, but this isn't right, what y'all did today." And he takes a swing with his club at Tom to knock the pistol out of his hand. And it swings wide and collides into you, actually, Gunter. Kind of like glides into you. Roll, I guess maybe an acrobatics check to hold on to one of your pistols. As he accidentally knocks it out of your hands.
At this point, our camera glitched and cut off the last 10 minutes or so of the session. Not much happened. Benjamin and Angie and Sarah proceed to defend the tavern, which we will get into next session. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.